guys, welcome back, welcome to my channel. My name is Namwezi and I'm back with another video. In today's video, I'll be telling you how you can ace your circuits. A lot of student pilots have hit me up asking me how they can do better and fly better in the circuits, and I'm here to tell you how you can do that. So after you're cleared for takeoff, you're going to start doing your rolling checks. RPM sufficient, pressures and temperatures checked, make sure your airspeed is alive, and when you reach your takeoff speed, rotate. I won't be too specific with the takeoff speed because we all train on different aircraft, but you know your plane, you read your POA, so you know what I'm talking about. After that, you get off the runway, and at 300 feet, you do your after takeoff checks. Check the brakes, tanks, mixture, throttle flap, and back to pressures and temperatures, and proceed with your climb. So now in this climb, before I proceed, one of the best secrets of having a good landing is flying a good circuit. If your circuit is good, your landing will be good. If your circuit is bad, that landing won't be the best landing you've ever had. So just always keep in mind. And flying a circuit is easy if you know what you're doing. Like, just read before you do it, and you just walk through it. So as you're climbing, you're going to do your PAST checks: power, altitude, speed, and trim. Power, you're climbing full power. Altitude, your nose has to be above the horizon. Speed, your takeoff, your normal climb speed on your aircraft. And lastly, trim. And just watch the plane fly itself. You don't really have to always. Don't work yourself. After that, now turning upwind, a good 15-degree turn. Look out for traffic before you turn, because sometimes some people are flying in the wrong direction. So you just always have to be careful. Good airmanship. Just look around for other people. Protect yourself from them. After you turn your upwind, you're still in a climbing turn. So this is a circuit. It's 1,000 feet above the airfield elevation. So when you get to your circuit altitude, we're now on downwind. You turn downwind, another left turn, depending on which airfield you fly from. At my airport, we do right turns. That's the normal turns we do. So now we turn right, and now we're on downwind. So on downwind now, you're basically flying straight and level. The same PAST checks, but rearranged. So we start with altitude, then speed, power, and trim. Altitude, we'll have to keep a 4-finger attitude, as your instructors have already told you. Speed, we have circuit speed. As I said, I'm not being specific on which aircraft. Depending on your aircraft, you know your cruise speed. After that, we go to power. Reduce the power, at least 2,400 RPM should be good for the circuit. And lastly, trim for your altitude and speed, and the plane does everything for you. And you go into your downwind checks. Brakes, check your tanks, set flaps as required, because now you're preparing the plane to land. Mixture, pressures and temperatures, you know your downwind checks. I'm just saying this for formality's sake, and do not forget that radio call. After you turn your base, we now do the same PAST checks, but rearranged. We start with the power, speed, altitude, and trim. Before you reduce your power, make sure to pull your carb heat. Take your carb heat to hot. I don't know how it works on your plane, but just turn on your carb heat. After that, power, at least 1,700 RPM on base. After power, make sure you change your nose attitude. And lastly, trim. Depending on which aircraft or depending on your landing configuration, some people also apply flaps at this stage, but that depends on what you're flying. Lastly, we turn final. Final approach. Always remember, your nose controls your speed, your throttle controls your rate of descent. So if you're flying with your instructor and your instructor asks you to reduce your speed, use your nose. Pull the nose up and your speed is going to bleed off. Use your power to control how fast you're getting to the ground, your rate of descent. Don't forget that. It's a bit different when you're in cruise. In cruise, obviously, use the power to control your speed, but now you're on final approach and you're coming to land, so you need to know these things. That's why students really make mistakes when it comes to that. The instructor tells you to add speed and you're adding power. No, just lower your nose if you want to add speed. Use the power to control your rate of descent. As you get closer to the runway, turn off your carb heat, do at least 2 trims up, and right after you cross the threshold, you can catch your power depending on what aircraft you fly. I heard some planes land with power. So after you cross the threshold, catch your power completely and focus on the other end of the runway. Focus on the end. It's going to tell you what the nose is doing, and don't forget that right rudder. Instructors are always right rudder this. Don't forget your right rudder. Look at the opposite end of the runway. As you're going down, as you feel yourself sinking, keep adding some back pressure. Don't slam the plane to the ground. Don't force it. It wants to land. Trust me. Pull back, pull back. As you touch the runway, don't drop your nose immediately. Slowly, gently drop your nose, and you have flown the perfect circuit. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video helps. You guys should comment what else you want me to help you guys with, and what other videos you'd like to see. Follow me on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram for more videos. Thank you so much.